Lally ho, friends, and welcome to episode 41 of Kupo Quest. We have four players with us tonight, scheduling conflicts, so Izzy will not be joining us, but they are here in spirit. So let's just kind of recap where we are, just to explain this horrible mass of characters that are currently on the screen right now. So, our team had decided to basically put camp down a little ways out of the town of Elfheim. But sometime in the middle of the night, Izzy realized that they were being scryed on, or more specifically, he was being scryed on, and then ran back to warn them. Before they could get out, some Imperial forces teleported in. A full gambit of 8 different Imperial soldiers and one sorcerer who Izzy and the sorcerer kind of went toe to toe with one another. In the middle of all of this fighting, a mysterious robed figure kind of appeared from the trees and then used what seemed to be one of the Warrior of Light's powers, and then revealed themselves to be none other than Grunthor. The Grunthor that we had last seen outside the gates of Alexandria doing battle with the Dark Knight and what we assumed falling to his death. Once the battle kind of ended, there was a couple moments where people kind of were coming to terms with what they were seeing. Duchess, in particular, did not seem thrilled to see this version of Grunthor, whatever might be happening. Blake also had some severe reservations about what she was seeing, and specifically did not get any life strings off of him when trying to sense that. Um, with that, there are everyone basically that came in with the Imperials. They're dead except for the captain. They kept him alive. Ava kind of knocked him out, tied him up, so he currently is the only one left alive. And if you're looking at the screen, we also have a water elemental that's now just hanging out for the next 58 minutes under Ava's control, thanks to an item found in the water temple. And with that,
He's cool though. He's cool.
he's cool. He's super cool. Are you fishing for? You know what? Go ahead, take it. I haven't been able to
I
give
don't know
you
what you're talking
inspiration in
about.
a while. I haven't been able to give you pun inspiration for a while, so go ahead and take it. Just welcome back. Welcome back to the stream, Harlequin. So, with that, it is the middle of the night. You were currently trying to get a long rest. That got interrupted. So it is very late in the afternoon, actually late in the night. And during the battle, by the way, I did forget to mention the raft that you were using was heavily damaged and the orb went flying. Probably not too far. It's probably retrievable, but the raft's in bad shape. With that, I'll hand it over to you. What would you all like to do?
I'm looking for that orb.
Who's all hurt?
Let's see. Let me check Izzy.
Just-
Izzy seems fine.
Just Nozak?
Ava has a
I'm-
tiny scratch.
I'm really hurt. I can do a mass healing word though. Especially if we're about to take a long rest.
I reckon just wait for now, just in case.
If you want
How
to do
hurt-
that, and anyone else that's still hurt, I want to know, as well as Ace or anyone.
Yeah, Izzy's fine. Izzy's at full health.
Yeah,
Don't know how that happened. I gotta be a little bit more targeted next time. And I'm in my wizard duel.
Oh, I
I'm
used
joking.
my knighthood and took a lot of the damage as well.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I went from like full health to 4 HP.
Oh
was, like,
yeah, you
worth
got a
it.
big hit. Yeah, I do remember that now.
Because saving Dex still halved it. If I hadn't saved that, I'd have been down in one hit. Worth it.
Above table,
yeah.
when I was kind of designing that knight class, in my head I was like, I like this ability. It really serves as like a tank and knight thing. Plus, if Grunthor ever takes it, it is a way to chip away at some of that damage. That was a design philosophy in my head to get rid of that 100 HP somehow.
I did have it for one fight. Oh,
You had it for one
minute.
fight, a solo fight though. So what good's that going to do you? Anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna go looking for that orb. I need that
Okay.
orb. It'll kill me.
You give me you're gonna have to walk out away from the camp, but give me an investigation check. Do you have dark vision, or are you taking any sort of light source?
Do I have dark vision? Let me have a look around. I rolled a 19.
I'm going to
I'll use Night of the
how
Eyes
far
and
away?
give all of us 300 feet of dark vision.
Perfect. Sorry, what was that, Blake?
I was just going to see how far away Nozak is. I'll do mass healing. Are any of the NPCs, are they okay?
Most of them are fine. I think Terrace took a hit. The children are fine. And then Sarah. Sarah could use a little bit.
Okay. So me, Nozak, and Sarah, and who was the other one?
Taurus. Izzy's
Taurus.
crush. Or the one crushing on Izzy.
Okay. I can get 2 more people. Anybody want any HP?
I'll take a healing. I'm down a health.
Okay. 5. And Grunthor, do you need healing?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. And Izzy's good?
Yeah, Izzy's a fool.
Okay. So
Unless he long rested while he was between sessions, but he's at full. So
Oh, okay.
all right.
I don't know what he did. But he is full, so don't worry about him.
Well, is Duchess? Is my
Oh,
chicken
no,
okay?
Duchess
Be
needs
fine.
some. Duchess needs some.
Okay, so chicken
Yeah.
will get the last one.
Okay.
All right.
What are we getting?
9.
That is better than nothing.
Thank
Sorry, that's what I could do.
No, we love it.
Who's still hurt?
I think, for the most part, I think that's everybody that should be good. The NPCs weren't really down too much. They only took some a hit here or there. So yeah, I think everybody's fine now.
I think me and
Blake and Nozak.
Nozak are like, I think we're at like half health.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to go up to Blake first, and I'm going to like just look at my hand, and it turns like light blue, and I'm going to touch Blake on the shoulder. You're going to feel a wave of cold wash over you that dissipates fairly quickly, and you gain 30 health.
Okay.
Blake.
I think
ahead.
she would initially step away or step backwards from Grunthor trying to touch her.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Do you let him touch you?
Yeah. She would ask for like, what are you doing?
I'm not sure, but this feels right.
Give me an insight check, Blake.
Okay. 24.
His statement seems genuine. He seems not confused. It almost seems like he's being driven by some kind of baser instinct, something that he can't really express. But his intentions seem harmless.
Okay. Can I let him touch me, but have just kind of like toll of the like a cantrip, like on my
Absolutely.
like have one hand behind me and like a cantrip, just like ready to go.
Absolutely.
Just a knife to his throat. That's all.
Holding your
like
action.
Smack him with the mace on the knees.
Just hold your hand behind your back and just start casting something. You feel the magic just kind of swirling through your fingers as he puts his hand on your shoulder, and as Grunther described, this wave of cold courses through you. But for you specifically, it chills you not just by touch, but almost to your very being. There's something about this form of magic to you that strikes you as unnatural that strikes you as a little scary. You get the healing. You still get the hit points. It unsettles you a little bit. Yeah, that's it for now.
And she's just going to step backwards and like just be kind of going up and down with her eyes, like just trying to. Actually, she'd probably walk over to Duchess.
Duchess is purposefully keeping her distance from this new Grunthor. So once Grunthor walked up to meet you, Duchess actually would have come down here, like probably towards the other end of the raft.
Yeah. No, after Grunthor healed her, she probably would have been like, thank you. And then gone to Duchess because she doesn't know how to. She's still trying to figure out what she's thinking.
Looking around, can I see if anyone else is hurt? Like, I think Nozak is.
Nozak at the moment
I walked
is
off
gone.
to find the thing. Yeah.
So give me a perception check. Nozak, you rolled a 19, right? I'll get back to you in just a second. 26. There's the Grunthor dice. We've gone a while without those. You know, I do feel like when you were off the stream for a little bit, the rolls were bad. Like we had some bad rolls, like across the board.
I didn't. I thought I took them with me with my demise.
I think that started it. I think something about that choice just cursed the group for a couple episodes.
Yeah. Blake went down twice.
So Ava's okay.
Ava's okay. The children specifically, they look okay. The one thing you notice is most people seem to be staring at you, but trying not to make it too obvious. But with the 26, you're noticing it. You can't really pick up exactly what they're saying, but there are hush whispers that are kind of moving through the groups. People broken off in pairs of 2 or 3 and just kind of talking hushed to themselves and glancing at you every now and then.
I'm going to turn to... So it's Blake, Ava, Sarah, pretty much everyone except Nozak is here.
Yeah.
I'm going to just turn and kind of address the group as a whole. Like, it seems that I'm unsettling you.
We know you is the thing, or we knew you. You were a dear friend to most of us, or all of us here.
Most? Is there an enemy amongst us? The rabbit?
No, oh God, no! The rabbit's fine. We're all friends. We're all friends.
I do have to ask. I am curious what he was getting at with most. That almost feels like a dig. Like Ava's like, I didn't like you very much. I'm super curious.
Good riddance.
I had the same thought. I started looking at all the NPCs and I'm like, which one's he talking about? That's great. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. Taurus doesn't know you. That's what he meant.
And the captain. But of course it's the captain.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
At this point, Sarah takes a very tentative step towards you. Forgive us. We don't mean to make you feel unwelcome or uncomfortable. We're very surprised to see you. We were under the impression that, Well, we were under the impression that you died. And it's just a little confusing. What happened? How are you here? How did you survive?
Survive the battle.
Yeah, how did you get out of there? I mean, Blake, she said she felt your life come to an end. How did you live through that?
I'd like to roll insight to see if
Go
I
for it.
feel like I can trust everyone.
Absolutely. Give me an insight check. 21. The person standing directly in front of you, this young woman with silver hair, seems genuine and seems to have a deep concern and care for you. Glancing around at most of the others, you still see that the chocobo lady, was that her name? You can't remember. It's jumbled. She still seems very, very wary of you. Most of the other people seem to match Sarah's look of confusion, concern, but people don't seem to be looking at you with malice, with the exception of the guard's unconscious, so he's not. So,
He's really handy, by the way.
hey, you already got it. Quit fishing. That was a good one, though. Oh, I did forget in my recap. Yeah, New Grunthor just basically just took this guy's hand and then froze the stump. It was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen that Grunthor since he broke that dude's arm and stuffed him in a box back in the Wind Temple. Wow, that was a callback. Anyway, this seems like a safe place. This seems like the people that you stumbled upon. Once you look at specifically the short one, the short female who you just talked to, who you just healed, her name's escaping you, but there's something about her specifically that you feel a connection with, that you can't quite place why or where you know this face from, or even if you know the face, there's just something about that person that makes you feel it helps you to let your guard down just a little bit.
I don't remember all of you. I do. I don't know what you've done to Lady, but she does not like me. I can feel that. And I'm looking over at the chocobo.
Sarah kind of looks back. This is Duchess. She's been with you since you found her. It's a very, very young chocobo. Her name is Duchess. With that, there's a look that kind of passes over her face of deep concern. Grunter, are you okay? Do you need to lie down?
That's all I remember was laying down.
The crowd kind of starts looking at each other, the adults anyway. Jane and Sarah kind of make eye contact, and there's like this knowing glance that passes between them. Why don't we go over by the fire? We'll warm up. Maybe we'll get some food into you, and you'll feel better. And then we can talk in the morning.
I'm not hungry.
Okay. You have to be tired.
I kind of do one of those, like, stand on my tiptoes, stretch and flex, and I'm like, no, I'm
Blake,
not. But
history check.
Ooh.
While you're doing that, Nozak is
Yeah.
gone for quite a while.
Hello.
Oh, history. That's a bad history check.
Blake!
Ooh.
Blake!
It wasn't in that one. It's close,
True,
but it wasn't in that
almost.
one.
can I give her my inspiration?
Oh, I have inspiration. Can I re-roll?
Yeah, go for it.
Yay!
Now she
Can I guide myself?
Sure, absolutely.
Yay!
Why not? Why have guidance if you can't guide yourself?
Swear to God, he roll a 1.
I kind of hope
Speaking
you
of
do.
which,
If
I
I-
use guidance left and right in Baldur's Gate.
Hey!
19.
It is.
Oh my God, right?
It is
I
such a
don't
great
even
spell.
need to.
You don't even need it. You don't need it. 19. Actually, if you want to roll it, go for it.
Sure. Fuck it.
Go ahead.
Let's go. Where is my mouse?
Make it a 20.
There's two DCs on this one.
Ooh.
20.
Yeah. The
30,
other one
20.
You hit the first DC. The other DC was 22. So
Wait.
there is a. Oh,
Wait.
what do you got?
I am a halfling.
I don't think it
Technically.
works on. I don't think it works on D4s. I think it's just D20s. Nice, very nice
Right.
try though. Okay,
What's a half? I mean,
I'll get back to you in just 1 second. Nozak, you are gone for quite some time.
Okay.
It's dark, even with the dark vision that was granted to you by Ava before you left. You're searching in the dark woods for what is now a depowered green orb. All right.
Yeah.
However, 19 was high enough to find it, but it does take you 30, 40 minutes. So you're gone from camp for most of the conversations they're having back there. Eventually you do find it, and kind of wrapped around it is the homunculus that you had created. It does seem to be damaged in places. It looks like kind of it's got a crack down the middle, and it's kind of hanging at a weird angle. You think you can repair it as part of repairing the rest of the ship, but it is, at the moment, not functional.
Alright. I don't know why, but for some reason, all of my infusions are in my inventory instead of like features and traits, which annoys me for no good reason. Okay.
I mean, doesn't that make sense? Don't you make them? Isn't that how that
True.
works?
It's an artificial intelligence. She'll be right. Okay. I know that I can heal it. Because how much HP did this thing have? Not much. Would I be able to cast Mending on it? Because if I use Mending on it, it regains 2d6 hit points. So like try and just bring it back to life.
Yep.
So to speak. Or
that's essentially what it needs.
all right, cool. So I'm gonna cast Mending on it with my Artificer Mending, because I
Okay.
see Artificer and Cleric Mending as different things. But yeah, so I'm gonna cast Mending on it and just kind of look at it, kind of inspect it a little bit.
It's like a grinding
and
noise
then-
as it kind of slips back into place, and the metal kind of just fuses itself back together. So yeah, and then there's a little spark of the arcane that kind of comes back, pulsing through the life of the homunculus.
There you go, buddy. Up we get. What the fuck am I gonna do? I was gonna kind of look at my homunculus and just be like, you don't really have any thought behind your eyes. You're gonna be a good little therapy device for me, aren't you? Yes, you are. And I'm gonna like scratch the top of its head. Be like, you my little therapy device? Yes. And then I'm gonna start walking back with the orb
Okay.
and the homunculus.
So I'm going to just really quick, because I want to ask a question. As a DM, I think I've dropped the ball on this, but you just reminded me. Where is the puppet that freaks Blake out? Who still
That's
has
still at
that?
Balam.
Okay, you
It's
left it.
still where
Okay.
yeah. So
I was like,
when
I've forgotten
when
about it
we
until you started doing
no,
that.
I do still have it. I know where it is because I've thought about it before. But no, it's still back at Barlam.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's actually still in the war room back at Barlam because we
Okay.
kind of left really quickly and had to like skedaddle.
Gotcha.
So I kind of left it back there.
Just
So
something about how you were talking to that thing. I was like, oh yeah, where is the little like automaton?
yeah, no,
It
it's
totally
still
just slipped my mind.
still back at Barlam.
Okay,
Quick
I
little
haven't forgotten about
interruption.
it.
I love Blake's face right now.
No, she like turned the camera back on just to give you a look.
That's okay. You'll be able to meet them soon
So
No,
again.
cutting back to the camp.
I don't like how this plan is working out.
We come back and Angelo's like shaking it in its mouth like a toy.
Like a toy, yeah. Like ripped one of its arms off.
And Blaze is like, good dog.
Squall's tossing with the other arm for fetch.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, was this yours?
The puppet takes its arm off and throws it off for
Oh
fetch.
yeah. So Blake, back to you.
Hey.
As these questions are being asked of Grunthor, you start combing through your mind things that you've heard, things that you've read, things that are part of your culture. From everything that's being pieced together, from what you can sense with his life threads, from what you are hearing about him not being hungry, with him not wanting to sleep, there is some kind of undeath about this. There's some kind of spirit lingering. Although, and this is what the 22 is for, you can't narrow down exactly what's going on here. It's not so much ghost or a specter or something like that. It's definitely not a zombie. It's not, they don't seem to act like a reanimated thrall. They seem to have what little memory they have seems to be their own. They seem in control. And then there's something nagging, kind of nagging at the back of your mind that you read something about whatever this is, but it's just right out of your reach. But whatever it is not part of the natural order of things. Of life and death, there's something different outside of that circle. Sarah, as you kind of jump up and down saying you're not sleepy, okay, sure, it might still be best if we just breathe and sit, and I think we just have some, and then she's kind of interrupted by this because the guard starts coming back to consciousness, starts struggling against the ropes and the bonds. The fuck is this? Oh god, I forgot. He just kind of looks around at the rest of you. Just kill me already and get this over with. He looks around.
Yeah.
Izzy at this point has made his way over to the campfire and is just kind of sitting and just kind of staring into it as the guard looks over in his direction. What? I thought you were going to finish the job. You chicken out. I knew you didn't have it in you. Izzy doesn't seem to react to that, though. The guy turns back to the rest of you. What about you all? Anybody here brave enough to do what has to be done? Starts pulling against the bonds. If I get out of here, you're not going to have your chance.
Grunthor just looks to the others and then unlimbers his halberd and turns towards the guard.
I seen somebody's
Yes.
got some balls around here.
Just make it clean, Sir Grunthor.
Weren't we gonna keep him for information?
We're not going to get anything that we don't already know off of him.
Can't really know that unless he's dead. If he's dead,
I mean, but what would you like to ask him? We know
Do I have
Noctis is in
anything?
Lindblom.
Hesitating.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter
I'm
what you do to
looking
me.
at everyone.
No, I'm trying to see if I have anything that's
Have I come back yet?
making
At this point,
him
you'd
like
probably
me.
be within earshot. You can kind of hear the starts of this conversation. So, yeah, you're getting back to camp.
Can I cast calm emotions?
Absolutely. What is that? That's a
Okay.
save, right? Charisma save?
Yeah, Charisma 16.
Ooh, fail. It
So
doesn't matter
she's
what you
going to like,
do. Huh.
yeah, she's going to like have the white glow of light come on her hand and gonna go to him and like kind of crouch down and like put her hand on top of his and
The
be
one
like,
that's still there.
the one, the hand that's still there, and just be like, you don't need to be like this, and then let the calm emotions go.
Hmm. He kind of looks at you, and for a minute he seems confused as his eyes kind of glaze over, and you can see just anger just kind of just seep out of him. Fine. But I'm not going to tell you anything. I serve the Empire. I've done my duty.
Can I walk over and just like, does he still have his sword or his weapon?
No, he doesn't even have a hand at this point, and he's been completely Ava tied him up, so
I just
everything's
wanted
been
to.
kicked away.
Okay.
Let me just check
Mm.
one thing. And I don't.
Thinking.
I'm just gonna see what Izzy has. But you all go ahead.
I'm gonna go over to him, just kind of look at him while he's sitting on the ground, and I'm gonna start talking about how I used to be with the Empire. So I know a lot of the tricks, I know a lot of the things. I'm gonna start asking a couple of questions just about like the random day-to-day things. So like for example whether the whether the Empress is still around or if Noctis has got rid of them. Just ask about the economy, some of the weaponry.
Okay.
I'm gonna start asking about like just the quality of the weapons, and just talk and like start complimenting the make of the weapons and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna act like really friendly, really nice, and just talk a lot about the military side and compliment them on that.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage because A, you're not lying, and B, the calm emotions is making him just a little bit more open to a
I do
friendly
this
conversation with
with
Imperial.
advantage. Yeah. That is. One of my dice is caught. I think it's going to roll into a 4, but that's fine. I got an 18.
Okay. He is already pretty relaxed at this point because of the spell, and he's just. Oh. You're with the Empire?
Mm. I
Surprised you
used
left.
to be. I still give a lot of credit where it's due. They did do a lot of. They have a lot of technological advancements, and their weaponry is really good. Their weaponry is next level compared to a lot of places I've been to
Next level. It's
lately.
the best. It's
Yeah, well,
it's
I made a lot
superior.
of it, so yeah,
No
I know.
way. There's like a small spark of recognition in his eyes. Are you the Forge? You,
Me,
Master Craftsman.
all of the weapons, all of the machinery, the tech. The only thing I didn't make was the flying vehicles and a lot of the other transportation, but
Well,
Sid left as well. So,
yeah. When you say
but
that, he kind of spits on the ground. Said the deserter. We've heard about him. I guess
still the same.
though, you're a deserter now too.
Technically, you can say that. Still have some ties. Still working on a few things.
He looks
And I'm just gonna
around.
look.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm gonna look at the group, and I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna try and meet Ava's eyes, because I know that we've kind of like pretty much de facto you've become the leader. But also you're basically the one that talks to people. I'm just gonna lock eyes with you, and I'm just gonna like give you a look that says I'm half lying, but like don't believe it or whatever. As I'm just gonna say like I still have ties. I can still work on things, and I have a way back if I want it.
Give me a persuasion check. This was a straight one.
Yep. 14.
His eyebrow raises just a little bit. I want to believe you. But
I
we
know.
were given strict orders that anybody traveling with the Queen was expendable.
I'm
Now,
aware.
why would they tell me that? Did they not know? I find that hard to believe.
The only person that does is Noctis and Furion. There's a lot going on there as well.
Who do you think authorized this?
Why do you think I'm talking to you? You're a captain. I'm a craftsman.
Was.
I made the
Kinda,
weaponry.
kind of looks around. Not a captain of anything anymore.
No,
I
you're
just
still a
want my
captain.
clean warrior's death. It's humiliating. You know how it is. You know what warriors. We die on the battlefield, not hide up next to a campfire. And he looks over at Izzy again, and just people that go catatonic at the first sight of
I'm
any
gonna
kind of
cut him
bloodshed.
off. I'm gonna cut him off and just be like, I've wanted to die for 700 years. There's been a lot of time I've spent with the Empire, dealing with everything, creating everything, basically instigating wars. Like, where do you think all the weaponry come from? I've killed millions. Maybe even more. I've seen cities come and go. I've seen kings come and go. There's a lot kind of coming back and forward with this, but for the last 700 years or so, death is something that I don't exactly get to experience very often. So while, yes, you are a captain, not a captain of much anymore, but you are still a captain, you still have a title, and you'll get your warrior's death. But I do want to ask one question.
What's that?
I want to know if Mum's still around. If Doctor's mum is still around. I know Dad's dead. I know he carked it. That was brutal. I just want to know if the mum's still around. I couldn't give a shit about anything else.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. There's another 14.
Can I guide him? I'm right there.
Yeah, absolutely. D4.
Okay, so that's a 1d4. Got it. That is a 2, so 16.
It was DC was 15, so that was a good guidance.
Thanks, Blake. Love you.
He kind of, yeah. She's still around. Honestly, I think the only person Noctis cares about, actually, in this whole damn world is her.
Yeah. They always did have a bond, even while I was teaching him as he grew up. I suppose I should have seen it coming.
Now, I don't know how happy she is with him right now. They haven't really been seen together, but
Yeah,
she's
that's
around
true.
somewhere.
Yeah. And then, after saying that, I'm just going to kind of stand up. I'm going to walk in front of him. I'm going to say thank you. I needed that.
Wait. Before you do anything, Sarah comes kind of running out. What about a Furion? The guy kind of looks up at her. I don't even know who you're talking about. He just kind of smirks at her. Noctis's brother, Furion. Where is he? How is he doing? I don't know. If you'd have just come with us, you probably could have asked him. Asked Noctis.
I am going to walk over to the fire.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up a stick along the way. And I'm going to walk over to the fire. I'm going to like dip the stick in for a little bit. I'm going to wait for the flame to come up. And I'm going to walk back over.
What are you doing?
I'm going to walk back over to the knight. I'm just going to hold it up. I'm going to look at him. And then I'm just going to say, what am I going to say? I'm going to say blue. And the flame is going to go blue as I cast Thaumaturgy on it to change its color.
Hey.
And I'm going to say, you're not really in a position to do much. But I can guarantee that it'll be quick. Just depends on whether I need to use this or not. And did you know that blue flames are actually hotter than orange ones? We use them a lot in the Forge, especially for the weaponry. Like the silverware, the iron that we use, we actually have to use a blue flame. It's quite interesting. It can actually burn about 2,000 degrees hotter than red. But because it's still a fire, it's not going to go through a stick, because a stick is just flammable. It's not. I'm going to go into this spiel and just hopefully wear him down.
Like, Blake is just kind of like... Let
19.
me...
I don't have a +1 or anything. Wait, can I use guidance again? No, that's just Baldur's Gate rules.
I mean,
No.
you can... It's a cantrip. The reason it's Baldur's Gate rules is because they just keep casting it on you every time you...
Okay, I thought it was like just a time frame thing.
No, so it depends on if she would guide you in this or if you could guide yourself.
No.
No,
I didn't think she would.
I know she's not.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think that was happening.
That would be... No,
So
Blake is
ahead, Blake.
just kind of like... I can give this man... Like, let... Don't
No.
Like...
No. It's okay. I'm not going to kill him. Well, not straight away. He'll die eventually. It just depends on whether he wants a warrior's death or whether he wants to die a coward.
Kind of looks between the two. You go ahead, sorry.
Do you need any more information out of him?
We're asking about Farion.
Okay, she's gonna keep the calm emotions.
You're going to use all your slots on just calming people down, and I love it. Now, let me ask, is calm emotions concentration?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you do cast it on someone else, it will drop on him. Let's keep that in mind.
Oh, no, she wasn't casting it on Nozak. I was just saying she's keeping it going on
gotcha.
The night. Like she's still holding his hand, like, but she was just getting prepared to like cut his
do something.
Like she was basically just getting ready to suicide, like kill him right there, like cut the life strings.
Gotcha. Okay.
But she's like she's basically just trying to not have him be tortured. She was just like just kill the man.
Blake is the moral compass of this group. That's
one
of the That's one of the reasons I was
Yeah,
like, we
like,
need a
she's-
5th member because someone needs to corral these guys.
Yeah. So she's just kind of looking panicked at Nozak, like, or she's looking at the knight. Okay, she'll look at the knight and be like, I can give you your warrior's death. Have you carried out on whatever? I don't know. I don't know what you soldiers say.
You give
Or
me
he
a
can do whatever.
persuasion check.
Is that against my intimidation? 'Cause we
It's to
still
see
hadn't
if either
resolved
one
that
of them hits what you need to hit.
Okay. So
Come on,
19 is a
Blake.
no, so
Whoa.
the DC is 20.
Well, he
Can't guide
looks.
myself.
You can.
Tucker, help.
Baldur's Gate rules. It's always available. Okay. He kind of looks back and forth between the two of you, kind of weighing his options. The DCs were different for the two of you based on, what you were trying to do. He looks at you, Nozak, and just kind of gives you this smirk. He doesn't seem afraid of you. When he looks back to you, Blake, what was the total there? 16? He looks back to Sarah. I don't know. That's the truth. After Noctis rose to power, Virion was taken to the dungeons. I had some men that were set to guard. Lots of screaming. I don't know what they did to him down there. And I honestly don't know if he's alive. The steely just resolve kind of comes over Sarah's face.
All right, can she like put her hand on her free hand like on his cheek to kind of get him to look at her?
Yeah. And he's still calm, so he just kind of turns and looks into your eyes.
And she just kind of looks at Nozak. Is there anything else?
Not that I'm going to get out of him. But I'm just going to say, considering we're not in battle, it's not a warrior's death either way. So do whatever. And I'm going to put the stick down and walk away.
She's looking at him and her eyes are glowing white. She's like, is there anything else? Like, do you have anything you want to say?
Thank you.
She's going to put her hands over his eyes and say, may you walk under starlit trees. And by the time she's done, that is the suicides, or that is the kill spell.
He was at 1
And
HP and was willing. So,
yeah.
as you place your hand and just pull it away, his life energy comes with your hand and dissipates back into the live stream. As he just slumps against you, you just kind of lay him gently on the grass. At this point, Sarah, the icy resolve kind of just cracks a little bit. It's what I suspected, but it's worse knowing, I think. I'm going to go lie down. She just kind of makes her way back towards the fire. Finds the bedroll that she had been using before the battle, and for a minute she just kind of sits down on it and joins Izzy in just staring into the fire.
Yeah. Blake is Ava, No, Zach, is there any of this weapon that anything that he has on him that we can use?
Oh, the armor?
Armor.
Absolutely. We
Yeah,
get
worst
back
case
to
Take my-
scenario,
Barnum,
we
I
can
can
sell it.
repurpose that for whatever we want. Oh, you wouldn't be able to find a price for that outside of Empire territory.
Oh.
Nobody wants anything to do with that. But
That's fair.
if I talk to Renor and Squall back at Barnum, if they have a forge of some sort, well, they do. They've got a militia. I could probably melt it down, recast it.
You would know that, especially the military back in Balam, probably don't give two shits where the weapons came from.
Yeah.
And would probably even get a little bit of ironic pleasure out of killing Imperials with Imperial steel.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're right about fetching a price. Like, there's not going to be much of a price for it, but specifically with Balam, because they're such a militaristic nation that's actively engaging in war at this point, they're just going to take whatever weapons they get. And I think you would know that as a master of arms.
Okay.
Also, I'm really surprised that nobody in this party has Zone of Truth. That's what I was expecting. Like, I was just
I
bracing
had it
for
for
it.
like
I was just bracing
eight
for it.
episodes, and then nothing happened, so I dropped it for other more useful spells.
I don't even think that is on my spell list because I would have.
Zone
Ah,
of Truth is on
Cleric,
Cleric, I'm
yep.
pretty sure.
That's what I was
Yeah,
checking when I said, let me just check and see what Izzy's
Because I
got
had
here.
it for a while. And then I dropped it for other stuff.
Yeah, I was just expecting
Okay.
it. I was just like, okay, they're gonna get some information on Zone of Truth. I'm betting, but this works
So
too.
after stripping the body of useful stuff, like that Nozak can melt down or whatnot, is there anything identifying to the Empire on the captain's body?
I mean, the armor he's wearing, of course. Are you looking for anything specifically like tattoos or anything like that, or what specifically are you looking for?
Yeah, things like tattoos or a ring or something like that.
Okay. No investigation check for this because it's dead body. Not particularly. Like, once the armor and stuff off, I mean, from head to toe, the armor, the weapons, that's all very clearly Imperial by design, by just the craft of the blade. All of that screams Imperial. But once you get him out of that, he just looks like another person. Underneath it all, we're all just people. Grunthor.
Then I look
Separated by
over at
political differences of those that control our lives that don't even know us. But Grunthor's not thinking any of that. So-
Can
Just let me grab my phone real quick. I just want to call bullshit. Thank you.
after they've picked him clean, which sounds awful, can
It does. And there are other corpses around too. I mean, if
yeah. Oh, okay. I was thinking about like using sacred flame to burn the bodies, but
Yeah.
hide the evidence.
Let's see. I think there's
I do have a flamethrower.
7. There's 7 bodies, 1 frozen corpse, right? That got
You can
frozen
buff that out.
in the orb, the water orb that then I think Grunthor froze. So yeah, and then the other one got away. So yeah, there's death littered around you.
All right.
Nellie is shook, by the way. She's not coping with this very well.
She's a child. Of course she's not.
Blake's gonna look at Nozak and be like, "How long will it take to get the airship ready and repair it?"
That is a good question. How long would it take?
You
It's
can
in
give
a few
me
pieces, but
you can give me a roll with your tools.
with my wood carvers.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh
Basically,
god,
at
there's
this point,
so much going into that.
you're using your knowledge of what it would take to put this back together. You can have advantage too because you built it once before.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Gain proficiency but then I also can add proficiency. Okay, your proficiency bonus
No.
is doubled for any ability check you make that uses your proficiency with a
So you have
tool.
expertise.
Yeah, tool expertise. So
You can be
that
guided.
makes proficiency +6 plus the
Rem-
guided.
remind
so
me after this. Just send me a note later in the week. I can show you how to set up custom roles, so it'll just appear in
yes,
your roles, and you can just
please.
click it. So I can show you how to do that.
Okay,
Makes it
so
so
what am
much
I
easier.
rolling?
Every rogue I have, the first thing I do is lock picking right down there at the bottom.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just
okay,
so nice.
so am I rolling a skill or something, or is it just a straight D20 with everything?
D20 plus we'll do intelligence plus double your proficiency.
Plus double proficiency. Okay, so it's a D20 plus 10 plus the. Okay, and you said advantage because I've built it before.
Yeah.
2.
And you're guided.
If
And
you
guided
fail
as well.
this, it's going to be really embarrassing.
Oh yeah. Okay, so 17 plus 10 equals to 27 plus a D4. 31.
31. Okay. Isn't that what you rolled to build it?
I think I rolled a
31.
31 or a 32. Yeah.
It will take a little bit of time. It took
Yeah.
you most of the day. I think it took you the entire day to build it before. It's damaged, but not beyond repair. And now that you have retrieved the orb, you think that if you start on it first thing in the morning,
Yeah.
you could probably have it finished right around midday. So based on
Okay.
what you've got with the tools, having regathered everything, you're probably about just half a day loss on this.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, give me half a day, midday. If everybody helps out, I can get us in the air by afternoon.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
while he's taking a look at the ship. I'd like to quickly try and ask Nozak. I don't trust you yet, but I do have some questions.
Feeling is mutual, but go ahead. Might as well do it now before tomorrow, because when I'm in work mode, I'm not going to be listening to much else.
You know the Empire, the Imperials.
Yeah.
Would they know people? Would a captain be a person of importance to them? Would they know them by name?
Depends, really. I'll probably end up asking if I can make a roll on it. But I'd say off the top of my head, without rolling, I'd probably say yes and no. I mean, there's a registry for it. Obviously, they need to keep track of everybody, but normally people just, if you're underneath, they usually just yell captain, or if they're above, they'll just use captain and their last name's usually how it works. But there would be a registry, I'm sure, in the barracks. At least they'd have to.
Then my other question would be, is there a way to, I guess, magically send this body to the gates of Limblum?
Probably not. Not at our current, not at our current trajectory. If you're saying about, a captain's death or a captain being sent back for their family or whatever, 9 times out of 10, when you go out, you plan to not come back, if that makes sense. So it's almost more respectful to die out there and to not return than to return with a body, because then it could be seen as deserting, or it could be seen as,
Then even more interesting, I'd like to see if there's a way we can send this body, since they were sent to
So
look for you.
I didn't mean to interrupt. You kind of look around, and Wedge has kind of walked up to you. The little, what do I name them? Lalafels, right? I was like,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14.
He'll follow to me.
Are you trying to just send a message? Why you want to try to get this body back to Lindblom?
I mean, the mage already went back, so they know.
Yeah, I'm just curious because Lindblom might be hard, but we're only an hour's drive out of Elfheim. It's still Empire territory. We could drop a body off if you're just looking to make a statement.
I want the dishonor for this Empire scum as a warning.
I was gonna say we should just gather them all up and put them over that way and just burn them all. But yeah, sure, let's just dump them in front of the gates. That'll go fine.
Yeah, I think I'm. Are you saying that out loud? Because I'm 100% on board with exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like,
that was out loud.
Yeah.
Also out loud and very sarcastic.
I'm gonna kind of look back at you, Blake, and then look back at Grunthor. I'm gonna be like, well, let's start off with how you started. I don't respect you. I don't like you. You're not supposed to be real. That's not how death works. But also, that's a really stupid idea to let us get killed as well. We're not going to stand in front of an Empire state, deliver 6 bodies, and expect no repercussions. So,
I did not say that we would be delivering it. I asked if there was a way to magically deliver them.
No. I was thinking we just take them and just kick them off and keep going. Just dead bodies raining from the sky, right?
We're not above Elfheim, Biggs.
We don't want to keep
Wedge.
corpses next to the children.
Wedge, right, just making sure. I forgot. Yeah, we're not above Elfheim, Wedge. We're kind of off to the side, and we need to get back to Parliament as soon as we can. We've already spent enough time getting here.
It's just an idea.
I know. But
why are you going to Bellum? Is that where the Empire is?
See, this we need is Ace could have just loaded it. How can anybody use Ace's? This is over the table. This is
I've
not
been
Blake.
looking. He's got. I was looking at what spells he did have because I was gonna say, okay, well, but he's tapped out too. A lot of spells.
Can anybody use his broomstick?
be a learning curve.
Try if he would let you have it. But in his current state, I'm gonna say
probably not.
And especially after what had happened at the end of last episode, and that I would say that he probably isn't letting anybody touch, and isn't really engaging with anybody at the moment.
Just get an invisibility spell and a broomstick, and just load it with dead bodies, and just dump them all over.
Yeah, start raining them down. Oh man, this got dark.
This is Kat. This is not Blake. I don't think we should do this, but it would be really funny.
Yeah, Blake's like, I want to be respectful, and Kat's like, woo, raining men.
Raining men.
I mean, to lighten the load, we could just drop down heads. I mean,
oh god.
There you go. I mean,
Cat in a head singing "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor."
Don't you all have a bag of holding, right? That can hold a couple heads.
Yeah, we do.
I can make a bag of holding.
So
I'm pretty sure.
In my other game, about every scenario, I just got my character just got a bag of holding, and anytime we come up to a puzzle or anything that we need something, I'm like, can we put somebody in a bag of holding?
It's always the look. I just want to put stuff in this bag.
Before that campaign ends, somebody is going to go into the bag of holding. So in this, we could finally have it. They're just all dead, so the breath thing doesn't matter. Can we stick 6 bodies in a bag of holding and just?
I don't think the 6 bodies. You could get 6 heads, but full bodies would not fit in the bag.
We were working it out. It's
portable holes. That'd be
They would have to be. They're probably maybe you could get 2, but they would have to be really
again, they're dead. What do they care?
Yeah, right?
What are they
Exactly.
gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean,
Complain?
if
They're going to come back as spirits. What the fuck? What
yeah,
the absolute fuck?
I was
if
just
Bertha
thinking.
can fit 3 bodies in a chest, I mean, come on.
He's just got to break a couple arms. Oh, dark.
Yeah,
Dark.
I'm just gonna say
Again,
no. We need to go
yeah.
back to Barlam, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
go off and probably talk to Luca and go to sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say again that was all Cat. That was now Blake. Blake does not
Sure.
think that's a good idea. Blake is on
Blake
the
is
get
blood
rid of the
thirsty now.
bodies.
Again,
Blake is
why do we
so
need
Blake.
to go to Bellum?
Balam is one of our only allies in this upcoming war against the Empire, Thor. We need to recuperate with friends and come up with battle plans and strategies.
While all of this is going on, Blake is going to grab Duchess and start bringing her over. How much can Duchess carry?
The body's easily in. Yeah, you can load her up.
Okay. Yeah,
Especially
so
if you've
she's gonna
stripped
be
all the
okay.
armor and stuff off of her.
Yeah,
You might have to make 2 trips. I don't know if she could get all 6
Yeah.
at once, but
Actually,
She's
before
I
I
mean,
go
the
to bed,
heads is so much lighter.
again, look, heads. All right,
forget it. Oh, but
He's
it's
got a
get rid
point.
of the body.
before I go to bed, actually, I'm gonna make it easier. I'm gonna like create my ballista cannon, and I'm gonna walk over to a part where there's like an empty field or whatever, and I'm just gonna be like, Blake, you can deposit the bodies over here, and I'm just gonna grab my hammer out, and I'm just gonna start like hitting the air that still sounds like something, and I'm gonna create a flamethrower that just stands there because I can either create a little one or I can create a big one that
like a turret.
takes up a space.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna like put it over there and just let me know when you're done, and I'll flick the switch and just turn the flamethrower on.
Yeah. So while all this conversation's going on, she's like tending to the bodies and like getting them out of their armor and closing their eyes and trying to be as respectful as she can, but that as much as possible, but it's not really there or in the situation.
Going through the motions, understand. Paying your respects per what you believe that every living sentient being deserves, but also struggling with it because of what these particular people believe and what they've done to you.
Yeah.
It makes sense. As you're doing this, it's quieter. The night drags on. It's very late. And just a soft song starts to come up as Taras takes out one of his instruments and just starts to play something quiet, something trying to bring the mood down, relax people again. He's gone over and he's sitting next to Izzy, and they're not talking. They're just kind of sitting next to each other, and he's trying his best to comfort him. You said, by the way, Nozak, you were going to go talk to Luca.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna like talk to him a little bit and just see how he's going, explain everything, and just kind of make sure he's alive and breathing. Checking for any next cut, CTC.
Okay.
Just like your general upkeep you do with your kids.
Sure. That started a little louder than I wanted. I brought it back down. As you go over, Luca is a little shaken, as he's just kind of sitting there with Jane and with Nellie. Hey, old man. Nice to see you're still standing.
Yeah, just almost wasn't, but we're breathing.
Yeah, sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No,
Sorry that I lost my cold.
No, I didn't. I should have listened to you. I fucked up. I mean, I just thought I could help. Dude, I almost I don't know. I don't know what almost happened. I was really scared. I
We acted on adrenaline. They can do some crazy shit to you.
yeah. Yeah,
But-
I should have listened. I just
You're still here.
barely.
That's all that matters. Still here.
Barely.
Still you. Normally, if we were in the Empire, I'd be congratulating you on your first kill. But we are so far removed from everything that we're used to. And especially in a situation we were just in, it's not exactly something that I would like to have put you in the middle of. But
You didn't. You
let's
didn't
be
put me in
honest.
the middle of it. He like
Wouldn't
looks. He
surprise me
looks
if it wasn't
over.
your first.
Oh, it definitely was. I don't think I'm
Yeah.
necessarily as. I don't think I get into as much trouble as you think.
Hmm.
Some. He
You
looks
just don't
over.
get caught.
There's a quiet moment, and he looks over towards Nellie, who Jane is just trying to comfort. She's basically kind of rocking her back and forth, just kind of rubbing her hair, just like kind of humming a song into her ear. I was really afraid they were going to hurt her. And I couldn't let that happen. And I know it was dumb, and I know you told me to stay back, but couldn't. I just we haven't known her very long, but she's like my little sister, and I just can't let.
Nothing happened? Yeah.
And I almost fucked everything up. I almost got myself taken or killed. Who knows?
Well,
I'm not ready for this.
no. Then I can assure you never are. No matter how old you are, no matter what you go through. Nothing can really prepare you for taking a life. Nothing can really prepare you for being in a life or death situation. Attempted kidnapping. I mean, let's be honest. You've kind of ticked off a lot of things for your first, so
Yeah, true. He kind of has like a nervous laugh as that kind of just helps disarm him a little bit.
yeah. And I'm not going to chastise you for acting the way you did. I don't think anybody could have prepared for what's going to happen, and obviously you're not going to be, you tell yourself that you're going to do all these things, but when you're actually in the situation, you never really know.
Just
So
acting on instinct, man.
yeah. But next time I will. So you got to listen to me, okay? I'm gonna stand up and walk over to Luca, and I'm just gonna put a finger right on his forehead, and I'm just gonna tap him twice. I'll be like, I've been around for 900 years. I know what I'm doing. You gotta listen to me.
I know. I will.
Get some
I
sleep.
love you. I love you, Dad. He just brings you in and gives you a big hug.
I'll hug you
I'm
back.
so sorry.
Enough of that. We can't sit here and act this way when we've still got so much to go. We can cry when we get back to Barlam.
You think we're gonna be safe here?
Here? Honestly? No. I don't think we're ever safe until we're in the city. So,
I meant
in the
until we
morning,
can get off the
we're
ground.
gonna wake up.
What's to keep them from coming right back?
Well, we're going to be moving, aren't we? I'm going to rebuild the ship in the morning. We'll be off by midday, afternoon.
No, but they just popped in. What's to keep them from coming back whenever?
Because they need to recruit, remember? I taught you about this. You asked about it a few years ago.
These people
and I taught
need
you
to
that they
recoup,
needed to.
but these aren't the only 9 people in the Empire.
Yeah, but I can assure you, they don't have many mages that can do shit like that. They have some strong people, but only a few are specialized in their training to be able to do shit like that. Why do you think the wars are so far and few between?
Give me a persuasion check.
We've got time. Wow, I really like persuasion today.
You're doing a lot of talking. You're
Wow,
trying to
I really like persuasion today. I'm doing this more often. Dirty 20.
He seems to relax at your explanation, especially the part about, which is based in fact, and you know that they put most of their energy into military, into developing weapons. They are lacking on the magical side. What magic they do have is usually infused into their magic tech. As far as just powerful sorcerers, they are very few.
Yeah.
Give me a history check.
Fuck. 14.
Okay. But that still being the case, you did not recognize the one that came.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool.
He seems to relax.
I was more teaching.
Okay. It looks like Nelly may be asleep. I might try to go close my eyes
Look.
if I can.
Yeah. See how you go. We'll get some sleep. We'll wake up in the morning. We'll build the ship. We'll get back to Balam. And then you guys can stay there for now.
And just one more question. He
Dude,
points over at Grunthor. What the fuck is going on with that?
I have no fucking idea, and it is terrifying. But until we know for sure, just treat it as another body. Except this one can walk around and he's helping us, so good enough for me.
So zombie.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
It's a zombie.
Okay.
If it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it probably shits like a duck as well.
Do zombies poop?
Don't know, actually. I might ask him sometime.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright.
He's gonna pat you on the shoulder as he walks off, seemingly a little relaxed, but the weight of this day will probably stay with him for a while.
Boy, yeah.
So, as people finally start settling down, Ava, Grunthor, Blake, is there anything else you'd like to do before I graciously give you a long rest? As my gift to you, I will let you finish the long rest. Scout's honor.
Blake's like, I'm gonna go to sleep and I know I'm gonna wake up this time!
I think when Blake is done getting all of the bodies onto the platform, she's going to cast Word of Radiance.
Okay.
To do a silvery flame.
Okay.
Over them before the flamethrower, because
so more of a holy cleansing type of thing before.
Yeah, that's just that's just their ritual.
Okay.
And then she's gonna call Nozak.
Oh, as soon as you do, I'm just gonna throw my boomerang out to hit it. That's how I'm gonna do ranged attacks now with the boomerang, because I've tinkered with it enough. So I'm just gonna piff the boomerang. It's gonna hit the top of the thing and it's just gonna start bursting a flamethrower out for about
that our
10
Australian
15 seconds.
decided to flavor their ranged stuff with a boomerang. It's my favorite thing. It makes me sad it took you 40 episodes to lean into a stereotype, but here we go.
Okay, I've had the boomerang from the start. And the reason I didn't use it for a while, because I was going to use it over my mace for a long time, but I realized that it takes an action or a bonus action or something to swap weapons or to pull something out or whatever. So I just didn't bother until I needed to do outside of combat shit.
It's great. I mean, I love it.
But now I'm kind of walking around with a ball peen hammer and a fucking wooden boomerang.
And somehow managing to still kill stuff.
Yeah,
You're
I am
MacGyver.
the least
You're all I have is this boomerang, and I decapitated 7 people.
Yeah, literally. Oh, mate, I clotheslined that bitch the other day.
You did. That was cool. That was actually pretty cool. The dragon in back. We love flavor on our spells. Okay. Blake, as you're standing there, I see you talking, but I can't hear you.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Yeah,
I
no,
can
we
hear you
can
now.
hear
Yeah.
Yay! Good.
you.
Yeah, so she's just gonna kind of watch the flames and like make sure it's like burning. And everything is going as it should, and just be like, I hope y'all found whatever rest you felt like you needed. And then come back with like Duchess's reins in her hand and find Nellie and just kind of get Duchess over near Nellie and kind of curl up with Nellie and Duchess.
As you go over, James
Na-
kind of rocked Nellie to sleep and just kind of puts her down next to Duchess. And as she does that, she kind of rolls over and like grabs onto one of Duchess's wings and just kind of cuddles into it. As you start to settle down, though, you see Duchess kind of looks around and finds Grunthor again. And her eyes narrow a little bit. And then she just kind of lays her head down and she never takes her eyes off of Grunthor as she's just kind of lying there.
With the other wing, is she doing one of these ones?
Yeah.
yeah. Blake is going to kind of move, I guess, to the other side of Jane so that she's near Duchess's head, so that if like I guess she's thinking like if Duchess takes off, like if Duchess just charges at like not Grunthor, she could be closer to the reins and be like, "Whoa!" or like have more
your character's
reaction
name
time
should be
to...
not Grunthor, by the way. You should rename instead of Sir Grunthor, it's not Grunthor. Okay.
And she's gonna
Do you want me to change it now?
No. If we start messing with it, you all start moving around. Okay.
No, she's like, I mean, she's not gonna like physically move Duchess's head so that she's not looking at Grunthor, because I think she knows that would not be possible. But she's going to kind of like get her legs underneath Duchess and like be petting the top of her head and trying to like
give me an animal handling.
Don't fail me. 8. I'm guiding myself.
Okay.
Please.
1. I knew it. I knew the 1 was coming up. I knew it. DC was 10. I knew when you got it. I knew the 1 was coming. You're trying to calm her down. And you and Duchess have been getting a rapport lately, but there's something inside Duchess's mind that is just not okay with whatever is going on with Grunthor at the moment. And despite your best efforts, she doesn't like run off. She stays where you are. She continues to like... Give me an insight check, actually.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get her to stop looking at Grunthor. I just didn't want her to like take off without without...
She's not taking off, but she's definitely hasn't calmed down.
23?
There you go, 23. You actually notice the way that she has her wing kind of now... Every time you try to get comfortable, she kind of moves it to where it's more enveloping you. And you've noticed that she's done that over to Nellie as well. It almost seems like she's trying to hide or protect you from whatever this thing is. Even if you try to like squirm around and reposition, she will move her wing and kind of just keep you hidden as though you were almost like her baby chickabos. Very protective of the two of you as she just doesn't take her eyes off Grunthor. What's your passive perception,
Blake,
Grunthor? Sorry. You can go ahead, Blake. Okay. Eventually, you do kind of notice this. As you're kind of looking around, watching as some of the people in the camp are going off their separate ways, going to bed. There's an uneasy kind of tension that's kind of hanging over the camp at the moment. And you find Duchess's eyes, and you just see this creature just kind of staring daggers at you. What are you doing?
Does it feel like hatred?
Give me an insight check.
Dirty 20?
Okay. It's weird that to you that you're able to read the emotions of this creature so well. There's a part of you that just briefly gets distracted thinking about, like, why is this familiar to me? Why is it so easy for me to understand the emotions of something that is, a different type of creature? But there's something about her eyes and the way that you all connect. There's a connection there, and you feel a similar connection to this creature as you did with the small Lalafell. You know this creature, but you can't remember how or why or where, and the name Lady keeps popping in your head. It's not hatred that you're seeing in this eyes. It's a distrust. It's the way that you might look at somebody who has taken someone you love from you. But you still can't bring yourself to hate that person. It's a complicated emotion. And again, you're kind of overwhelmed with this sense of connection you have. It's not a psychic link, but you feel this thing's emotions somehow. A connection you only get through deep personal bonds. Give me a history check.
Ooh, with a -1. Ooh, 7.
That is not going to be good for this arc.
Inspiration.
Go for it. By the way, I'm not adopting it, but I do love Baldur's Gate inspiration rules where you can just keep going as long as you have them, and you can stack them up to like 4. I'm like, yes.
I noticed that.
I do
But
like
we only
that.
get one at a time, right?
Yeah, we're not changing, but I do like Baldur's Gate rules on that.
Hey, it's inspiring.
You try, and eventually you kind of just shake it off. The connection seems to be broken. There was a moment where things kind of stood still, and it seemed like you were on the precipice of something. And then it floated away. You think to yourself, it floated away on the wind, but then you realize you haven't felt a breeze today. Something about that strikes you as familiar, but can't quite tell what.
I was a bit slow then, sorry.
So what are you doing?
Feeling the distrust, especially from the chocobo, and just a look from the little one, like, also kind of distrusting. I'm looking around at the only other person that's probably looks like he's still awake is Ava. And I'll be like, I'll move a little away so you can all rest. I'm not in agreement to go to Balam, but there is safety in numbers, and I would like to accompany you all if that will be okay.
And I can't speak for the group, but I personally would love to have you back, Gruntor. I've missed you. And I know that's probably weird to hear, but I would love to have you back in our group.
I appreciate the gesture. like I said, I'll move away a bit within seeing distance, but I'll also keep a bit of a watch. I'm not tired in particular, so
Okay. You can give me a perception check for the watch. Ava, are you doing anything else?
No.
Okay. 26. You stand guard through most of the night, just staring off into the distance, listening for sounds of anything, animals, or Imperial portals. Nothing. It's a quiet night. If the Empire was going to strike again, they aren't doing it this night. You think that at least for now, the camp is safe. Ava, have you had your long rest, or are you? Do you still need your 4 hours?
I think I still need my 4 hours.
Okay. So you're going to take a trance or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Okay. The evening starts becoming morning. No danger comes to pass. And yes, you may take a long rest. But first...
Fucking
God.
finally!
As you're in your trance, Ava, you open your eyes to what you think is the morning light, only to find yourself back in that familiar void space within your mind. The two icons basically staring at you, almost waiting for you to wake up. Ava,
Good
how are
morning.
you?
Oh, well, I mean, as you saw, Sir Grunthor's back, so that's fucking crazy. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if you actually genuinely meant to ask how I was, but that's fucking insane.
That is. How is that possible, do you think?
Well... I'm not the brightest of lads, unfortunately.
Well, that's obvious. At this
But-
point, Leviathan says, we asked him here to talk. Be nice.
He, he's dead? I don't know. Cold? He's doesn't want food or sleep? He probably wants water. We didn't ask him if he wanted any water.
You and I struck a deal once, remember? I'm very familiar with the flow of life and death. Your friend Izzy walks around fit as a fiddle, yes?
That's true, he does.
Do you get the same vibe from this Grunthor you see?
That he's fit as a fiddle?
That he's alive?
Oh. Oh, you see, that's the tricky part. It looks like he is, yes. I see him breathe, I see his chest convulse, he talks.
You're right, you're not the sharpest. Leave him alone. Leviathan kind of turns back to you. What my sister's trying to say is we have concerns. Our other sister's meddling in this somehow. We just don't know how yet. The stink of her is all over you now. And especially that thing. Whatever this Grunthor is, he's not what you knew before. Just wanted to make sure you were aware of that.
Well, thank you.
And I don't think you should be so trusting of that bitch Shiva either. At this point, Leviathan, Garuda, for the love of... I apologize for my sister. She can be quite hateful. All I'm saying is Shiva left us to die when we needed her most. And now this thing returns to your camp with the stink of her magic all over him. She is a betrayer, and you need to be wary. Up until now, she's been working kind of from the shadows behind the scenes. This seems to be a more direct involvement. And I don't care for it. Especially since I have a vested interest in one of you. My continued being, relying on you still breathing. I know you're dumb, Ava, but don't be stupid. Leviathan, at this point. Garuda.
Yes,
Just takes
queen.
a deep, deep breath. Watch yourself,
What are you
Ava.
supposed to do?
Sorry, what'd you say?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
No, that was it. Just watch yourself, Ava, is all she said. And she's just kind of floating there, staring at you. You can feel the breeze, by the way. Whether it's imagined or not. Here in your mind, on your face, you can feel the soft, cooling breeze kind of coming off of her as it just kind of radiates.
Thank you, Garuda. I think.
Just trying to keep myself from fading away. I've been quiet about my sister's involvement to this point because she's been distant. She's moving pieces now, and I don't care for that. And I can't do anything about it. But you can.
And what is that I can do?
I think you're gonna have to figure that one out.
How?
If you trust this person, if you trust Shiva, I think you need to actually ask yourself some of these questions. What?
Self-reflection is a bitch sometimes.
I wouldn't know. She's right. She wouldn't know. Anyway, I believe the rest of your companions are waking up. Think about what we said. Well, it was actually more what you said. I don't have the hatred of Shiva that... Oh, shut it! Whatever that thing is, it is one of Shiva's abominations, and you need to be careful.
All right, I'll keep my eyes and ears peeled.
If you ever want to talk, we're here. Always here.
Man, so if I die, you guys are fucked, huh? Is that really how that works? That's kind of
Don't
unfortunate.
die.
Okay, yeah, that's no pressure. Literally the wind and water of Fantasia's in my hand.
So be careful.
All right. Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
She kind of blows in your direction. And you feel this gale hit you, and it kind of lifts you up. And for a moment, you feel like you're floating. And then, as you feel kind of weightless, the gravity returns to you, and all of a sudden, you just kind of almost feel like your spirit drops back into your body. You feel as you kind of open your eyes, sitting around the campfire that's now gone out. It almost feels like you had an out-of-body experience, which you're used to. I mean, you've had these similarly before when you've meditated and talked to them. And even though you know it's kind of in your mind, you're not sure if it's 100% there. There's a spiritual portion to this that is interesting to you. Despite what they said, you are the first to wake up. Except for not Grunthor, standing over by the tree lines in the north. Grunthor, for your watch, would you have been trying to keep watch just everywhere else around the camp? Would you have been watching the people in the camp?
Kind of a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I'm a little more trusting of this group than I am of the Empire. Of course, I do have less trust with that rabbit because of being former Empire.
Sure. Okay.
But in general, I'm keeping a watchful eye on them, and I'm trying my hardest to remember who the little one is, as well as the bird she keeps calling Duchess.
Okay, perfect. Ava, when you kind of blink awake, and the people around you are starting to stir, but for the most part, people are still sleeping. And your eyes immediately find this thing that may or may not be Grunthor, that Garuda seems to think is some kind of trick? Abomination, she said, of Shiva. Standing in the same spot. Doesn't look like he's moved much or slept. And he is just kind of staring off in the direction of Duchess, Nellie, and Blake. And what you decide to do with this piece of information is totally up to your character. The voice of Garuda tugging at the back of your head. Just that word. Abomination. As you just see him staring at your companions. And that's where we're going to end tonight. Long rest taken. And seeds planted for future wonderful roleplay, I think. I'm very excited about it. So, all right. That's where we'll end tonight. I do assume that picking up next time, you all are going to continue basically just booking it down to Balam, right? Is that the plan? Once you get the thing?
Hopefully.
Has it been a day?
Yeah, we
Has
get a
it-
long rest.
It is a long rest, but are you going for divine intervention? Save it for next episode. But
Okay.
yes, it will be, by the time you wake up, it will have been 24 hours since you tried it again on
Okay.
the Scorpions. So yes, 24 hours, but save it. We'll start that at the top of next episode. All right. Thank you all for playing. Thanks those of you that watch on Twitch and those of you that watch on YouTube. Good times. Good times. Nice big fight. Nice little RP here. And then I'm looking forward to where we go from here. We'll be back next Monday. This is a little off topic, but I just want to plug it because I can. Because I have a microphone. I'm joining an actual play starting tomorrow. That's the 26th of Tuesday. It's from the Walking Dead system. So that's over on Omega Om's or Omega OM's channel. So I'll be a player in that if you want to check that out. The videos will be on YouTube, so I'll try to keep a playlist or something on Wolfkin Tabletop. But we'll be back next Monday, as always, to play more Kupo Quest. And hopefully, Izzy, you'll be back with us next week because I do know that Izzy has some things he wants to say. And there's still some unresolved issues with Izzy and Grunthor, and he hasn't gotten to get any out yet. And I can't wait to see it. Plus, I didn't get to flirt with him at all with Taurus tonight. So I need that back in my life as well. But until then, lally ho, friends, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.